Well, hello. My name is Eric Hansen. I hope you're doing well. Today is December 28th, 2018, coming up on the end of the year. I wanted to share just a few ideas as we close out this year. Um, and it's been a great year for me. I hope it's been a good one for you as well. I know that for each one of us, there's hardship, and despite of all of that, I hope that you have been able to um, find hope, find enrichment, um, find purpose and meaning, and people that will support you um, as you get through. Um, the purpose and, I guess, inspiration or cause of this video was this recent, I guess it was last month, November 7th, the Borderline Bar and Grill shooting. And if you're familiar with my channel and my content, um, you probably know what I'm going to say about it. But no one was shot or killed at the Borderline Bar and Grill in Thousand Oaks, California. Now, as I have said many times before, there's great precedent for us to always show or fall back uh, to look at the characteristics of a false mass shooting, one that is purely a kind of a made-for-TV fictionalized event. They are performed as a drill or exercise, uh, gone live or portrayed as real. And what my failure has been in the past, and I apologize for this, is sometimes going over and over the details of one event or talking about all the other events that we've found to be false, purely fictional, mythological. And what I find is, in a sense, it's gilding a lily. Is as you and I continue in our efforts, in our endeavors of creating positive, healthy communities for the younger generations and for our families, all that is needed is finding one event of great falsehood, where great trickery has taken place, and looking around that and seeing, oh my goodness, our culture doesn't have really a way of addressing this. So I encourage you, pick one event from history that interests you. And if you find any trickery, let's say the Boston Marathon bombing. That's a great one. So no one was killed there. And what you can do is find, okay, it's patently and blatantly obvious that no one was killed or hurt in basically a stage production in the middle of Boston. But our universities, our colleges, our politicians, our media, our journalists don't talk about it. They don't seem to have even a way to look at it and approach it. And that's an indication to us of, okay, there's something different about our culture and our society I didn't expect. And we're going to have to pursue this in a different way now as people of peace. Our social justice work will need to change. The way that we approach discourse amongst ourselves will need to change. That's it. Just one event. So, what I would encourage you is, if you are like me, and you're trying to share with other people about 9/11 or the great lie that we find kind of our history to be hung on. Is, and I just speak from my own failures, I will sometimes inundate people with a lot of information. And again, it's gilding the lily. It's overwhelming people with information. The way that I sometimes think about it is, if you were to be alive in, say, the mid 1800s, and you go to middle America, find some person who has never seen an ocean, never read an encyclopedia or a dictionary, and you want to share with them everything that you've learned about cephalopods. Depending on your relationship to this person, how much trust, how much buy-in you have with them, how much they kind of trust you, or can kind of how much they already respect your opinion, or if you've shown some degree of clear thinking or honesty. Depending on all that, depending on their disposition as an individual, of how they approach new information or how they approach new things that they're not familiar with, the more that you tell them about cephalopods, the more likely it's going to be, it's quite possible, that the more you tell them, the more sure they will be that you are insane. So the more you describe, oh, and there's cuttlefish, and okay, so there's squid, and they're really smart. Sometimes some of them change colors, and some of them have shells, and some of them have beaks. Some of them are like fluorescent. This person is going to be staring at you, going, "What are you? No, what are you talking about?" So as we all pursue this, this teamwork of creating a better world where there's honesty, we're pulling apart the fabrications, we're trying to establish more justice, more equity, more kindness, more compassion. It's not just about information. It's about inculcating an environment, nurturing an environment of curiosity, inspiring people. You can ask questions. You can pursue this. You can do this. You're okay to doubt this, to question this. And it's also, all of this is within the context of relationship and trust. And so it's showing that shared interest of, look, I am very interested in 9/11. Yes, I am very interested in what really happened before, during, and after Vietnam, and what that was, and what the counterculture movement was and wasn't. And all of these modern myths, mass murders, mass shootings, serial killers, cults, all this stuff. But it's also finding a way to put this puzzle piece together of, I care about social justice, homelessness, pacifism, nonviolence, nonviolent communication, understanding, economic justice, and I think now this could be, again, my personal opinion is that the perspective of understanding the continual lie that is government and media. It's necessary to address that, to best bring forward all of our other values and really kind of get pay dirt for what we see going on in the world. Hunger, houselessness, getting people out of prison for stupid charges, all of those things that we care about. Feeding and clothing people. I know I've been rambling a lot. I think, I guess a bottom line that I would say is the borderline being a fictional event is not a big deal. That that no airplanes were involved in the events of 9/11, not a big deal. Knowing these things, that's not even all that important, actually. Like I've always said, it's the ethical movement forward that's important. It's knowing what is true for ourselves, our families, our communities. Being present there, having very clear, patient attitude towards what we know in our lives, and being ethical in those things. You can know a number of things about life, and if you choose to react to them in a negative or unethical or unkind way, it doesn't matter. Seeing a challenge before you, that's one thing, I guess. But it's addressing that challenge appropriately that is important. So the bottom line is a loving attitude, a forgiving attitude, not pursuing judgment or putting any of these people down who participate in this. It's simply, in my life, I'm going to pursue honesty, and I'm going to continue educating people about this, and I'm going to lovingly address it with people and create a culture around myself and pursue this endeavor with other people and find collaboration with other people. We all need each other. So, if you have any questions about this, I know I've rambled for a long time here. Um, Please feel free to contact me if you would like. Comment below. Happy to hear criticism, or if you have other perspectives that disagree with mine. Feel free to uh, comment, um, ask any questions, refute. That's okay. And I hope you're doing well. I hope this end of the year finishes up great for you. Can't wait for this next year. It's going to be a good one. I know it is, because we're doing this together, aren't we? Each and every one of us in our own way. And it's a good place to be. So take care. Thanks for watching all this 16 minutes. Oh my gosh, I got to work on that. I'm really sorry. Thanks for being patient with me. I'll see you soon.